CTV's Colton Praill joins us now. He's in Sudbury, Ontario. That's where Pierre Poilievre is headed tonight. Colton, good to see you. Before I talk about Sudbury, Ontario, let's just talk a little about British Columbia, where Pierre Poilievre was earlier today in a huge rally, a lot of people coming in together. Talk to us about the focus in BC and the battle for that province.
Yeah, Akshay, really, if the Conservatives want to form government, they're going to need success in two key places, one of which is the 905 and 416, the GTA area, but the other is BC. BC is very much up for grabs. It's a tightly contested race between the Liberals and Conservatives in most ridings, in large part thanks to how much the NDP has fallen off. And so when you look at the latest Nanos pollings, it makes sense that we would see a lot of activity in that GVR, that Greater Vancouver area, which is where we found the Conservative leader today in Surrey and in Delta, BC. These are absolutely crucial seats if he wants to form government. They are absolutely up for grabs. And this is an opportunity that doesn't present itself frequently for the Conservatives. It's where they're seeing a lot of traction on some of their messaging as well, including affordability, but also their messaging around crime in particular. And so this is a very consequential tour through BC that we've seen from the Conservative leader. And it's why we see him keep going back to BC. This is multiple trips now for the Conservatives that they've been on the West Coast, because it is a very, very crucial province for them if they're going to have success. It's why they're coming back to Northern Ontario as well. I mean, this is another area where the faltering of the NDP opens the door for the Conservatives, and it's why we'll see them travel through Ontario as he makes his way back to Ottawa, stopping again in the GTA and some other ridings where they believe there might be opportunities thanks to either shifts in ridings like we've seen here in Northern Ontario, or thanks to a faltering NDP vote like we've seen in BC.
Of course, the leaders are trying to cover as much ground as they can, especially Pierre Poilievre and Mark Carney. But you said that Pierre Poilievre is back in Ontario. He's going to be headed to Sudbury tonight. Tell us about what do you see around you in terms of preparations, and what can one really expect with the messaging?
With Northern Ontario, affordability is really going to be a key messaging. This is an industry town, especially in Sudbury, but throughout Northern Ontario, affordability is a huge challenge. Cost of living is one of the biggest issues in towns like this especially, and that's where the Conservatives feel they have the support. At earlier parts of this campaign, it looked like perhaps Mark Carney might be taking the edge, but recent polls suggest that may not be the case on this particular issue. And so they're feeling bullish in areas like this. And that's important to note, because the riding where he's going to be holding his rally tonight is a brand new riding, but it's composed of three others, all of which the Conservatives have not seen success in for decades, Akshay. It's not like they're, a close second place. We're talking, in some cases, 50 years since you've seen a Conservative MP in one of those ridings. The creation of this new riding, though, opens up an opportunity for them. Affordability opens up an opportunity for them. And we saw in the Ontario election, the PCs getting some support in Northern Ontario, finding wins in ridings that they didn't used to expect to see wins from. And so between the progress of Ford's Conservatives and the way that affordability is landing, sources in the Conservative Party tell me they're actually feeling pretty comfortable that there may be an opportunity for them to win some seats in Northern Ontario, especially if there's any sort of vote splitting between the Liberals and NDP.
Okay, we leave it at that for now. CTV's Colton Praill in Sudbury, Ontario. Colton, thank you for this update.